G'day guys, welcome back. Too many projects, not enough time. I'm Andrew. Here we are in the shop, yet again, with Ivy. Told you we'd be doing lots of stuff on Ivy this winter, although we got a little slow start. But got the gearbox back in, got that clutch sorted, thank God. At least for now, until something else pops up. I just remembered to put some oil in the SUs, in the pots. And now idle, and adjusted the idle screws a little slower to a slower idle, maybe a touch too slow, but evened it out a little bit by putting some oil in there. That really helped. And this video, what I'm going to do is, I know now that way back in one of the first videos I did on Ivy, I built a couple of transfer case mounts. Very nice they were. They went off, they got galvanized, but they're way too low in the back, and because they're on an angle, you just can't like shim them up to bring them higher, to bring the angle of the engine up. I've tried to do a bit of research to find out the angle, ideal angle for the SUs to be set up with the engine, the angle on the engine. No real answer at all based on that, but they are an amazing carb for off-roading and weird angles, because there's no real float to deal with. So I don't think the angle is really going to affect them at all. So instead we're going to line the drive shaft up with the angle of the rear differential, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So to start with that, right now I have the back end of the chassis sitting on some blocks on the axle, so we're going to jack her up, suspend the chassis, take the blocks out, drop the axle down on the ground, because right now it's sitting on those caster carts. So the axle, rear axle and wheels are sitting on the ground at the correct height. Put the springs back in so we get the chassis at the right height. Now, as far as settling and weights are concerned, yes, there's a roof got to go on the back, so that's a little bit of weight here. Yes, there's fenders and a radiator and all sorts of stuff there, but I think overall, and gas tanks and fuel, but I think overall, it's probably about where it's going to be as far as level is concerned when it's finished. So by the time we add all these weights in, and then camping gear in the back, or whatever we put in the back, I think it's pretty much going to be the same as what we have now. So we're going to run with that as far as leveling the engine to match the rear differential, so that the driveline is all in alignment there. As for the front axle, we'll deal with that like all four-wheel drives. You're not getting them in alignment because the front axle points up and the gearbox points up. So we'll deal with that front drive shaft to save it the best we can and save binding. Same excuse and story with all four-wheel drives in the front axle and drive shaft. So let's get the back lined up. Alright guys, so to find the angle that the diff is angled up at, what you want to do, you want to get an app on your phone and put it vertical, and this one's already adjusted, And then we can click the, once we're happy with where we're sitting, I've already done this once to check it, 0 it. Okay, so we got 0 there. And then you want to put that in the same orientation on the back of your transfer case where your drive shaft is going to bolt to. And we are just 0.4 of a degree high. But that's okay, because we're going to allow for a little bit of squish from the transfer case rubber mounts. So with that, I'm sure we'll be down to exactly where we need to be, possibly a touch under, but you know what? Within half a degree, I think that's pretty damn good. Just for reference, let's go check the engine as well, the top of the valve cover, to make sure all this plane runs all the way through to the front of the engine. Sorry for the shaky shot. Where are we? 0.4, 0.5 sitting on the valve cover in the same plane and direction. That's pretty good. Okay guys, so there we go. We checked another little job off the list, and wrapping up now for today. I do have a question. Anyone out there do any 3D printing or have anyone that can do 3D printing? My concept is to use a Range Rover air filter here, and yes, I know people are going to say it's not going to work. It's always someone says it's not going to work. I'm going to give it a go anyway. So I got the Range Rover oval air filter on the back, and then I have at least one now for now. This normally came around from this filter and into it was a little bit further forward. Anyway, fitted into one SU on the one SU. Sorry, the twin SU intake manifold that the Range Rovers had. just my luck, exactly where I want to put this. This happens to fit perfectly, but unfortunately, of course, only onto one SU. So what I want to do is possibly use this or just another replacement for this this pipe into a collective pot that straddles both of these SUs intakes. Basically build a pot, and then from from the filter in through this pipe and then into just one collective on the side here. I'm thinking 3D printed. So if anyone knows how to or does any 3D printing or anything, let me know if we can work with something. And we'd need 2 of them made up, not identical, a little bit different because these are offset. Anyway, if you can help me out, let me know, see what we can work out, and see if we can 3D print some collectors on both sides to go connect that back to the filter here. Thanks guys, enjoy you guys sticking around and hanging out and watching me complete this epic project. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much, have a good one.